What's going on, everybody? That's Lambo Lada, and today we're gonna talk about my top 5 artists that influence me in my music. Okay, let's get to it. We got 5 artists. Okay, 5 artists that have influenced me in my musical journey. All right, so we got 5 artists that have influenced me in my musical journey up to this point. Now, at this point, I can't really put them in any type of order or anything like that because like I said, these artists have been influencing me for a long time. So it's not even in any type of order. It's just like when I hear these artists or when I listen to these artists, I'm definitely tapped in. You know what I mean? So let's get started. All right. Number 5. Number 5 would have to be Jadakiss, okay? I'm saying Jadakiss because Jadakiss was one of the earliest artists I've heard in high school with like bars like this. Soon as you get it, you just like, like, you know what I'm saying? And his flow is very cold. It's raspy and it's very like, it's tough, bro. It's just tough. It's always been tough. It don't matter if you're trying to do punchlines or anything like that. If you're trying to keep it simple, it's still tough. Jadakiss is one of those guys. And when I first started rapping, when I only could do 2 lines at a time, Jadakiss was one of the people who I used to listen to. So shout out to Jadakiss and the Locks because I was a big fan of them too. But Jadakiss specifically basically influenced me a lot. All right. Number 4. Number 4 would have to be Lecrae. All right. I got introduced to Lecrae when I was very, very young by my stepfather. He had introduced me to Lecrae because he was a Christian man and he had come from, I think, Texas all the way to my hometown of Milwaukee. And he knew that I liked rap and he actually introduced me to Lecrae's first album, which was Real Talk. No, actually, excuse me. The first album that I heard of Lecrae's was actually After the Music Stops. Okay, so After the Music Stops, he introduced me to that, and we were listening to it, and I really, really enjoyed it. To the point to where it made me go back and listen to his first album. And then I started getting involved with the artists around him and stuff like that. Found out he had his own label and trying to do his own thing and stuff like that. This was very early on, before the Grammys and all that other stuff. But his music was awesome. I felt like it was real, and I felt like it was a perfect balancing of like styles because like most of the music that I was listening to at the time, like I said, it was like Jadakiss and like 50 Cent and like stuff like that. So like we know where that comes from. We know what type of energy that brings. But when you listen to like Lecrae and stuff like that, it brings a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like things like, or musicians and artists like Lecrae helped keep me grounded at an early age because I didn't have only garbage going into my brain. I had other things going into my brain that weren't garbage. You know what I mean? And I feel like that really helped me become the person that I am today. Even though I'm not perfect, but I'm saying I think that it really stopped me from being worse off. You know what I mean? I really, really believe that it stopped me from being worse off. So Lecrae is next. All right. Number 3. Number 3 would have to be Aha Gazelle. Now, this is probably another who the heck is this moment for people, but I'm going to tell you, all right? Aha Gazelle is also another Christian rapper, but he's more melodic. He has a lot of flow. He has a lot of versatility. He has a lot of emotion in his music. You know what I mean? There's a lot of emotion in his music. He also talks about himself, not only the good stuff, but the mistakes. I love hearing stuff like that because as artists, especially in a world like today where we are looking on Instagram and looking on TikTok and all these other things trying to make our lives, not me, you know what I'm saying, but like trying to make our lives look like it's better off than it is. Even now, bro, like this, let's just, hold on, let me skip that. Even now, even me right now, I have on clothes, like I'm at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it look like I be dressed. I don't be dressed all the time. It's just time to work. So I had to get dressed or whatever. Same thing. Like a lot of people try to make their lives seem like it's better than it is. But for this guy, I feel like you always hear him talking about some of his stuff. And if you listen to music, if you like me and you actually listen to lyrics along with the beats, you hear it and you respect it because you see that this other person who has way more notoriety and notoriety, let's just say notoriety than me, is talking about the flaws that they have. You know what I'm saying? He's admitting that he has flaws, which most of us need to continue doing that so that people know that they are not alone just because others have advanced or I have advanced or whatever. So I really appreciate music like that. People who know me know that I appreciate any type of content that's like that, because I feel like that's what's necessary for people to understand that we are the same. You know what I'm saying? We are the same, and I understand you and you can understand me. You know what I'm saying? So number 3 is Aha Gazelle. All right. Number two, I mentioned this person before. Every day I feel like a failure, cause I ain't working 24/11. I feel I'm killing my career with a deadly weapon. Demons all up in my ear like you ain't meant for this. These mental games drive me insane. Oh yeah, I'm taking... before. It's gonna be 50 Cent. It's gonna go, shorty. It's your birthday. Yes. 50 Cent for number 2 for me. Here's my reasons why. When 50 Cent first came out with In the Club, it was a banger, but what I think was most impressive is everything that he did after the fact. I think 50 Cent really represents the men that people want to be for their families, especially when they started in a poverty situation. So like for me, 50 Cent represents an example of where I want to be in life, okay? He has success, okay? He took a chance, he has success. What did he do with that success? He started passing it around and making opportunities for the people around him. He didn't just freaking go on to the next CD and stuff like that. He actually got his CDs pushed back because he wanted to do the G-Unit CD. I don't know if y'all know anything about this, but like, you know, after the first album, they ready for the second album, and they like, yo, come on with the second album. He like, hold on, we got this G-Unit album dropping first. Let's drop this G-Unit album and get them onto, which did well. And then you see that they had multiple albums on the record label. Like 50 Cent looked out for the people who was around him. And I feel like I can definitely appreciate that. Now, I don't believe that you need to keep helping people, like, you know what I'm saying, when they're not trying to make a way on their own, you know what I'm saying, which he has explained. You know, we don't know any of the situations or anything like that, but I know that if he felt like that and the situation was true, then I understand why he don't want to do G-Unit anymore, especially when he's moved on to other things that have tried, you know what I'm saying, that have also made him money. So that's another reason why he's one of my favorites, is the way that he transitioned from the gangster rap onto doing interviews and all these other stuff, getting to these movies. Like, he's not letting any of that stuff stop him. You can tell that he stay away from the beef stuff. Like, he ain't, like, he do his little trolling on Instagram, but you could tell, like, he ain't, nah, y'all not finna mess up what I got, you know what I'm saying, what I got here. So, like, the fact that I'm able to see the multiple layers of an artist like that, I think that is very special. He's like the LeBron. He's like the LeBron of the hip hop game or the rap game. He's like the LeBron of the rap game. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know that LeBron be kicking. He always gonna be around. But when he decide to give up, you know that he gonna be somewhere in the league still, whether that's coaching or like the head of a team. That's what 50 Cent is to me. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's always coaching these young guys, all the young guys who coming up, they all talk to him, talk about how he has, you know what I'm saying, given them all types of information and, you know what I'm saying, all types of advice and stuff like that. That's what your OGs is supposed to do. That's what your OGs is supposed to do. And for me, that's one of the things that I try to do with my artists as well. Not my artists, but like anybody who I feel like is getting close to my artist, or even if it's just somebody who want to ask me a question and I know it. Like, you wanna pour into the young guys. You want to pour into the young guys. You always want to be pouring into the future, because when you don't pour into the future, then there's no hope for the future, especially when the old guard is trying to hold everything up, okay? That was a long time on 50 Cent, but that's my boy. That's my boy. Shout out to 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to 50 Cent. All right, and number 1, which is freaking no surprise to probably anybody, but I'm going to go with Tupac, okay? Tupac probably had the number 1 most influence on me, because as a person who was a gangster rapper, okay, who did not start like that, but became that, he still chose to deliver songs with meaning, with hope, with emotion. You know what I mean? And I think that those things count. I think that those things count, especially to the listener. I think it counts to the listener even when the listener doesn't know that it counts. Because if we're all listening to music that's telling us to be tough all the time, we're gonna be tough all the time. And it's one of the things that I noticed when I started changing up my playlist or started changing up the things that I listen to. If I listen to negative things, I have a negative mindset more often. If I listen to more positive things, I'm more willing to think positively, even if I have to force myself to think positively, you know? And so once you start learning that, it starts to change you. So listening to pop, like knowing that I can listen to all the gangster stuff that I want to, but then I can go to like Dear Mama or To the End of Time or like things like that. Like you ain't even got to switch artists. That's another person who like I like to pull examples from. It's because like, yeah. So like for me, my music is motivational. I like to make motivational trap. I think that's what I really, really like to do. Like when it's mentality is motivational trap. Prime is motivational trap. And I think meant for me is motivational trap. It don't sound like trap. It sounds more like a Atlanta beat or something like that, but it's motivational. Okay. But I don't want to always do motivational music. I want to do something. I want to get down to the dirt. I want to get down to the nitty gritty, talking about the things that I struggle with so that y'all just can see for sure that things ain't easy for me either. I feel like I'm not the only person that connects to that type of content. And since I'm not the only person that connects to that type of content, I know that other people can connect to that type of content as well. Especially because I've had multiple experiences where I've taken the chance to be vulnerable in front of people. And what that did was had people feel safe enough to be vulnerable in front of me as well. So I decided to just like make that exchange in my music and stuff like that. But anyways, those are my top 5 influences on my music, okay? We have Jadakiss, we have Lecrae, we have Aha Gazelle, we have 50 Cent, and we have Tupac, all right? If you enjoy videos like this, make sure that you hit that subscribe button because we're going hard on YouTube. We got new music coming up. As a matter of fact, I'll sneak it in because I know it's not anybody watching this all the way to the end. So what I will say is new music February 14th. New music February 14th, okay? Be ready. Be ready with your queens because this one is for you to respect your queens on. I'm happy about it. I can't wait. Yo, shout out to the Fan Bros. Shout out to the Fan Bros Elite. And I'll see y'all next video. Peace.